Ever thought about doing an ocean buff? Pure and simple ocean buff. Well, Leaguers, it's time. It's time to check it out. I decided to go all ocean buff this game. Welcome to the Legendary Tactics, your gaming masterclass. This particular episode is going to feature an ocean build. I decided to go all ocean my very first Sandra there. I thought, you know what, it's time. Let's try it all ocean build. So, went with it. Did throw a volley in there early game just for a little tank options, but in the back of my head the whole time was ocean. Especially with some of the cards that were flipping down there. You see a Thresh just popped up. I do really like my early game Woodland Druid, so I was keeping that option open. You can see I was taking some hits right off the hop, but that little bit of triple naughty action really helped change matters, so that was good. One of the things about the ocean buff is, again, remember you're regenning mana super fast, so you want to get good speed going and good weapons going on those ocean characters to really supplement that fast mana regen. Okay, so that's an important thing to keep in the back of your head. And you're going to see in this game down the road where my weapons drop are quite significant to that. Another thing I wanted to point out to you right here is if you take a look, I'm down 86 already. Bottom third of the pack here, so that is not necessarily a be-all and end-all, meaning rage quit or end the game, because this game is 100 points long, and I have seen it way too often where someone will come back from 1 point remaining and put a pretty good show on. So you know what? It's never over till it's over. Although I do know that there's some... Oh, you just saw I just dropped the Zeeks there. That's one of the weapons I was talking about with the Nautilus there. So I got the speed buff going on. Now one little misstep I took here, and it's something to note. The second health portal popped up, and I did not opt to take it right away. I think I caught it this round, just a second later there, and I'll be throwing a guy over in a minute. There we are. Yeah. Because you want that, you want to be constantly utilizing those bonuses offered by the game. I'm starting to roll a little here with some win. The win there. Also, you can see that I put the Iron Solarion Thresh back row, right? So if any assassins try to get back in there, I'm going to have a bit of armor to ward them off and at least maybe get a whack or two, and not that turn, but oftentimes you'll have a little bit extra time to maybe get your super off or do a little more damage. I was pretty fortunate this game as well. As you can see, even in the turntable there, a ton of ocean characters to pick from, Thresh and Nautilus. Ended up going with the Thresh just to keep his chances of getting something going. I wanted to get a level 2 Thresh out there. So I'm also working the mage option there. You see I threw in Brand for that mage option. Having the back row mostly oceans, but with that mage too, that Brand doing their double or greater potential for their double super really can whittle them down. Especially when level 2 Brand comes out there. Oh, just phenomenal. And same with Sandra, actually. Her double super is pretty powerful, so just something to think about in the back of your head. Keep it there and consider the value of that mage option. But without a front row tank, you're in a bit of trouble doing that. So now I got a volley out there. He's kind of doing nothing for me besides being a human meat shield, which is fine early mid game. But that was definitely something on my mind to swap out, but it just was waiting for the right piece to come by. So that may happen later on. We'll have to see what comes. You can still see I'm very much middling in this game. Okay, so that Malphite is a big win there. That's a big win for me, getting Malphite out there. He is uber tank. And if you notice now, I got Warden 3 with Malphite out there, so once I can get one more decent tank Warden out there, that will really turn the table and I can get rid of that volley. So, another Malphite going around the turntable, and no, I didn't get that. Ah, no, I had to settle with Skarner. That's alright. Oh, got a Nico's help there on the side wall as well, waiting to be put in, and you can see the brand option right now for putting in Nico's help on the brand, you know, buffing up my mage buff. But, oh, that static shiv. Oh, I hate static shiv. Oh, love it when it's on my characters. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to notice and point out to you was the 50 gold bit there. You can see that every turn I'm keeping well aware that I'm under the, or over the at least 50 or gold or over, just to keep that at least $10 rolling in every turn, right? Because that is a good way to spawn cash pretty quick there. Spam the money is what you want to do here. Okay, so just checking out what I got here. Oh, Kiana. Kiana will give me that. She was a mount in this game, so there's the mountain buff. So definitely want her over the Talia. Talia is such a weak character, but when they give that mountain buff to Kiana, that is definitely worth taking a look at, especially if you're going Warden or Assassin buff there. Very helpful. So generally the pivot, you know, maybe would start happening with Mystic. I got 2 on the flipboard that I could have taken. I opted not to this game. I thought, you know what, I'm going all in Ocean. I'm going to stick with it. So we stayed the course this particular game. So big battle now, and now with that Malphite up front, man, he is just a beefcake tank. He can take a ton of damage. I threw crowd control on him as well, so that even gives him a little more buffage to protect against him. So he's becoming almost unstoppable in the front there. At least it takes a lot to take him out. Oh, and there's the Nami. So there's another Nami to help my Ocean buff. And another easy. Mind you, that was a versus a bot, but... So you can see that I'm going through here, looking to try and keep over the 50 gold. But I'm getting darn near. And there it was. I spent the extra $8 to get the other guy on the board. Now that dragon is offering me a Warmogs. That would be very helpful to throw on either Malphite or Nautilus, depending on how things are going. My Nautilus is getting... Actually, I do have a level 3 Nautilus if I use both my Nikos. And there, I'm going for it. I'm just going to do it. Throw the Warmog on him. There's Kiana. Already got her level 2. Don't need her. I threw the red buff on her too, so when she jumps... then the first guy she hits is going to start burning right away, and then just keep burning, so that's great. And you can see it's just kind of cleaning house here a little bit. I wanted to just point out the back row setup real quick to you there. I got the Solari and Zeke's on Thresh, and then bouncing out, picking up the rewards of that is the Kiana, and the Sandra and the Brand. A ton of guys are getting some extra buff from that as well, so that's great. Oh, Redemption Song came through a little bit, but not enough. Not enough to survive the onslaught. So you can see here, I picked up a bit of a 7-game win streak, just kind of tearing it up lately. Okay, so Ocean 4 Warden 4, Mountain 2, Mage 3. Fairly helpful. And I just maxed out my build, so I'm going to throw my Nami in there. Love her tidal wave of destruction. And at this point, just kind of trying to fill up the tableau, right? Because if you take a look, turntable's coming up next round, so I want to make sure my tableau's full, so that the next character I take will be instantly put on the board, and it's your cheater character there to really help. And if depending on what the weapon is, can even help you more. So you can see here, I'm sitting at 43, like well ahead of the competition here. Not too much to be concerned about. I do have a level 1 Tarek out there, which isn't great, but adding to my Warden 4 build, it is helpful. So this Kanduzi here, he kind of took me good. 3 guys left. But now remember, I had a full board, so this next guy is coming out as an extra character, and you can see that Lucian is a Warden as well. And my thinking there was that he's back row. His ult is pretty sweet. He will take out a ton of guys if he could get it off once, maybe twice. Might be what tips the tables here. So we'll have to take a look. See what happens. Oh, and one last thing. The Zephyrs. Threw 2 Zephyrs on there. Sandra and Thresh both holding the Zephyr. An excellent little early game buff. I buffed the right guys up out of the air for 5 seconds, and my team will be rolling. So, the finale draws upon us, ladies and gents. Very little this guy could do. Very little. Got absolutely schooled. Well, folks, win, lose, or draw, keep on keeping on and enjoy your League of Legends.